Another thing you need to brace yourself for, as I said, Janet Hubert as OG Aunt V, boy. She's the original Aunt Vivian. You know, a lot of people heard a lot of things about what was happening with her on the show. When she was gone, because she was just gone. Mm-hmm. Like they ain't even giving no story. All of a sudden, she was. It was like the way it
was like Bewitched.
Yeah, it was like a reverse. It was a reverse Terrence Howard Don Cheadle. Like nobody asked where she got her skin peel from. Why she turned light skin all of a sudden. Nobody said anything. And there were a lot of rumors where they said that she was causing problems on the set. She was asking for too much money. She was a prima donna. All kind of things were being said about her. And then, you know, there were moments where she felt like Will Smith was not good to her. And if you remember, it was either a year or two ago, she put it out there plainly. It started out as an Oscar talk, but then she just made herself mad.
Oh, yeah.
And it got... And at that point, it got personal. The beefing that she had with Will Smith.
And I seem to recall.
Anytime somebody says, "I seem to recall," oh shit!
Like,
I seem to remember coming to you and saying, "You know what, Will? You're the star of the show, and with you, maybe we could get a little raise. Your influence would help us greatly, like they did on Friends."
You know, not like crab motherfuckers like you. And she, man, this is funny because she tried to start out dignified. Mm-hmm. And that Negro came out in her real quick.
People are starving. People are trying to pay bills. And you talking about some motherfucking actors.
Motherfucking actors. She still tried to say that every five. Motherfucking actors. God damn it. Let me say this, man. When she comes back on, first of all, I think she's in her mid-60s. She looks fine as hell.
Yeah.
She looks good. I'm not even trying to say this some sexual way or anything. I'm saying this out of admiration. She looks fine as hell, man. She has taken care of herself very well. You know, when they found out that she would be at the reunion, everyone couldn't wait to see what would happen with that. And since everybody's looking forward to this part, I'm not going to tell you a whole lot, because you need to really see that for yourself. But I will say this. You know, when she comes in, everybody gets a better understanding of her. Everybody sees that there's more to the story than what they got. She just kind of laid silent for a while. All I would say is that, you know, you definitely feel for her when it's said and done.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, it's just reading between the lines, you can see how both people were probably at fault.
Yeah, that's what it was. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, because listen, you hear one thing from Will Smith and you hear from one thing from Janet Hubert, and probably in the middle, both of them were wrong.
Yes. The more this went on, the more I was like, yeah, I can see where both of them were wrong. Yeah. And I feel like one of the two should have taken a little bit more responsibility.
They still didn't budged.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, said things too.
But I was emotional through that whole thing as well. I was too. It was like I said, we don't want to say what happened, but it was something to experience that. You know, it's probably good that the two of them got together 27 years later. Because in between that time, I don't think this would have gone down anywhere near like it did.
Boy, if that had just been a week earlier, if they had that reunion a week earlier and they invited her to the set, Janet, come on in. You motherfucker! Get this bitch up!
And something I find sad is just looking at it, like with them showing clips.
Yeah.
I was like, she was really good.
She was great.
She was fantastic in that role. And the way they just kind of switched her out like a new razor blade. And, you know, nothing against the second Aunt Viv, but she was just not there.
Well, I think she just had a lot more experience in different parts of the arts. Janet Hubert was, like they said in the reunion, you know, she was a dancer. Mm-hmm. She's a singer.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's just a lot. I mean, maybe she just was just more of a performer all around. Yeah, there was. I mean, I ain't gonna get this. Is supposed to be happy, but I'm just saying, yeah, man. You see that, and it's like, damn, you kind of wish she had been able to stay.
I know.
There's a lot of stuff like with pregnancy and things that happen too. It's just a lot of bad
just
things.
A lot of life stuff happens, and it's at a point where people are in, like, show business doesn't give a shit about what you got going on in your personal life.
They don't.
Because if you they'll say, like, we're all one big family, and the minute you have a problem, they're like, yeah, well, this is show business. So, so either you take care of yours because we're gonna take care of ours.
Yeah,
and,
man.
And Will Smith was young.
He even said, I was 21, man.
Yeah.
He said, and she does have a point. She said, look, there's a lot of things that you probably had over me, even at being 21. She's like, a dark-skinned black woman can't go in there demanding shit like you could. The star who had Quincy Jones getting his back on things. So I mean, there's a lot. Look, they both made points, and I think you should see this. But it's just as movie.
There's a point where it's like it's really not about the blame, though.
You know what got me though on this is that this show is very taken for granted. You take for granted how socially conscious this show was back in the day.